you may be, and however you may be listening. Live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Joy Taylor is joining us. I may have a scoop later in the show. I'm not joking. I feel
like you already had a scoop.
I kind of did have a scoop. I am so tired of breaking stories. Seriously, my shoulders hurt from airing America.
It's like a soft break.
It was kind of like a doughy soft break.
Yeah, because when you really want to break something, you put the whole production behind it.
I kind of broke the thing earlier. Can I just say this? I got a couple things to say. Ask Joy Taylor. A couple things to say. You know, when you get older, and I don't consider myself old. I don't consider myself old. I mean, I am kicking it, baby. Every night with me is Mardi Gras at my house. It is fun. But you learn stuff over time. Okay, and I have learned over time, I've never overspent on anything that I use a lot. I've spent a lot of money on a grill, but I like to grill. I grill a lot. So I've never thought to myself, boy, I overspent for that grill. I'm kind of a homebody. I like to watch movies. I'll spend big money on a home theater. I've never once thought I'm getting robbed here. Now, I'm not a big fan of driving. I don't drive much to work. I take Uber a lot. Cars don't mean much to me. I don't spend any money on cars. I'm not a car guy. Some people are. Some people have to, like salespeople, drive 3 hours a day. I know people that drive an hour and a half to work, hour and a half home. Go buy yourself a nice car. I don't drive that much. 20 minutes to work, 30 home. Not really a car guy. I use Uber all I can. I walk places. I'm not a big car guy. So the Dallas Cowboys went out and they got Amari Cooper. And everybody said, it's a lot to give up for a first-round pick and very expensive. Let me ask you, do they need a receiver? And are they going to use it a lot? Who gives a rip? Don't jump over a $20 bill to get to a 5. Here's the stats on the Cowboys pre and post Amari Cooper. Oh, wait, they're way better. For our radio audience, 3-4 before him, 3-1 after, 60 more yards a game, 50 more passing yards a game, significantly better on third down. They were going to use him a lot. They're using him a lot. They're targeting him a lot, and he separates. So Jerry Jones, and here's the other thing, Dak needs receivers that separate. Dak is not an anticipation thrower. Dak is I see you open, I'm going to throw to you, you're open. Dez didn't separate. That's why Dak and Dez never worked. Jerry Jones talked about this. This is a great route runner. That's what Dak needs, and they're going to use the heck out of him. Don't worry about spending a little too much if you use something. Here's Jera.
Cooper does that. He is as good a route runner as has ever put on a Dallas Cowboys uniform. And he's running himself. He's route running himself open.
The other thing is they have their linebackers, they have their running back, they have their left tackle, they have their slot receiver, they have what they believe is their franchise quarterback. They've got tremendous athletically linebackers, and I like one of their corners. What did they need? They needed a wide receiver. They're going to have about the 23rd pick in the draft, and I don't think the two best college receivers are going to be available. In 2018, have you seen what people are paying for Sammy Watkins and Brandon Cooks? There's two great college receivers and multiple teams drafting ahead of them like, I don't know, the Jets need 2 receivers. The Colts need a receiver. The teams drafting ahead of Dallas, who are worse than Dallas, most of them need receivers. You see what's happened with the catch rule being flipped. They wouldn't get one of the best receivers at 23 or 24. They're going to have at least 2 receivers go in the top 20. So, but I'll go back to something. The older I am, I never overspent for something I get a lot of use out of. I always look at that and think, my grill. If I spend a lot for my grill, I use the thing 75 times a year. So, I mean, you can spend $10,000 on a grill because grills last forever. Who cares if you're going to use something? By the way, Chris Carter talked about the acquisition of Amari Cooper. I liked it from day one. Chris Carter did too.
When I coached Amari in high school, before he went to University of Alabama, he was one of the most mature route runners that I had ever seen in high school. Him and Larry Fitzgerald, right up there. The one thing Jerry did good before he acquired Amari, he went back to Alabama. He talked to Nick Saban. And Nick Saban wrote him a prescription of how to attack Amari Cooper, how to bring him into the fold, and how to get the best of him.
I think it's a good move. I think Jerry was right. I think he's a great fit. I do not think they'll beat the Saints, but I think Dallas came down to a really simple thing. He's better than what the draft would provide. We're going to use the heck out of him. Let's not get caught up in money. Jerry Jones had a great quote about a year ago about something else. He said, the only time I regret buying things is when I go cheap. Jerry Jones said, similar to how I believe, I've never regretted anything that I spent a little more money on if I thought it was elite. A car, a stadium, a team, a suit. I've never regretted anything that's great. Very rarely do you take your wife on a vacation. You spend a lot for the hotel, right? And then you leave the hotel and you're like, that wasn't worth it. We should have been across the street at the cheap hotel. It pays. Spend a little more for nice stuff you're going to use. Let me segue to this. I hear this a lot. People think more is better. You ever watch like CNN? I know, me neither. But let's pretend we did. They have those shows on every night where they have like 13 panelists. I'd rather just watch like one guy or one woman. Rachel Maddow by herself, Sean Hannity by himself, Bill Maher by himself. I don't need like 13 people on the set yelling and screaming. Maybe 1, 2, that's it. I don't think more is better. I think better is better. Okay, that's I don't believe you just add a bunch of teams, people do a set, and it's better. No, just give me good people. That's all I need. Better is better, not more better. So I'm hearing a lot of this in college football. The rankings came out last night. You got to have 8-team playoff. 8. Got it. Can't just have 4. They got to have 8. Oh, okay. So let's say we did have 8. Let's look at the 8 teams that would play in the playoff this morning. Oh, really? I need to see Michigan again. I just saw Michigan. They gave up 62. I'm done with Michigan. I need to see. Oh, by the way, UCF. Oh, congrats. Oh, wait, they lost their quarterback. And by the way, if they lose, you know who would be in instead of UCF? Florida. Oh, Florida would be in. That would be great, except Florida's already gotten smoked. They got beat by Kentucky by 11, lost to Georgia by 19, and Missouri 21. I need to see Florida again? Oh, by the way, if we had an 18 playoff, you know what wouldn't matter this weekend? The game everybody in the country wants to watch, Georgia-Bama. Why would I have to watch it? What would be the point of watching it? I don't have to watch it. They're both getting in. So everybody wants more teams. I've never in my life one time I've been watching college football since the 70s. I've never once thought, that number 8 team got hosed. That 3-loss Georgia team, they got hosed. They're the best team in the country, I bet. I've never said that. I've never even thought the 5th best team is number 1. So I know everybody wants to more and more. When you go to a nice restaurant, have you ever really gone out to a nice restaurant? Like you're like, I may spend $150 tonight, right? Like a nice restaurant, maybe even more. You got to go with a couple couples. Is it a great restaurant because it's a buffet and they just keep piling food on, or is it a great restaurant because the food's really great? That's why it's a great restaurant, not because they pile on more pudding. Stop with the more argument. Just give me better. I don't need any more than 4 teams. Give me Alabama, give me Clemson, give me Oklahoma, and then give me undefeated Notre Dame. I'm good with that. I don't need to see Michigan again.
It would get rid of that pesky deserving argument that you like so much.
God, that's another one. When my kids say deserving, I'm like, talk to the hand.
Oh, you're still using that?
Oh, no. Yeah, I use the classics. When my daughter will say, like, I deserve, I'm like, not even listening. You earn life. You don't deserve squat.
The difference is you compare it to the NFL, and in the NFL, they're all NFL teams. They're all pro teams. You can win on a Sunday.
Right.
The difference between Alabama and the 8 team is insane. The separation is not.
The gap is
unbelievable.
Massive.
Right.
After you get 4 or 5 teams, the gap to like 8, 9, 10, 11. Start looking at the teams. Florida.
No, the separation is obvious.
Florida got boat raced by Kentucky, a basketball school. Missouri, neither. And
I'm not as against expanding as you are, but I see your point when you lay it out that way.
Yeah.
Not deserving. You got to earn your way into the Colin Cowherd College Playoff.
That's right. And talk to the hand. I do all the classics.
You raise the roof still?
I do. We raised the roof at my house. Joy, I'm so glad you brought that up. Kenyon Martin around the corner, buy, sell, or hold. When it comes to costly car repairs, I was just telling you, I'm not somebody that lives, breathes, eats, sleeps cars. I like cars that are dependable. But even a dependable car can lose a sensor light. You can have issues.